Hi, the SI meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Tuesday, December 11th. Much more seasonal air has moved into the eastern third of the nation following the passage of a strong cold front late last night. Clouds associated with that front will break away, move off the east coast later this morning, paving the way for some sunshine this afternoon, and temperatures much closer to normal with highs generally within a few degrees of 50. That's as compared to the 60-degree mark that was reached in many parts of the Mid-Atlantic region yesterday afternoon, just ahead of the cold front. We had lots of clouds for the last several days, some unsettled weather. That changes over the next several days. It looks rather settled with at least some sunshine each day right through the end of the work week, and dry conditions with seasonal chill expected right through Friday of this week. Let's take a look at the latest 24-hour temperature change map from the Penn State EWOL site. All the blues and purples here represent a drop in temperatures from this morning compared to yesterday morning at this time. Not surprisingly, they have dropped following the passage of the cold front. Again, much more seasonal temperatures expected throughout the eastern third of the nation this afternoon. One thing of note here, already a big rebound in temperatures here where it was bitter cold yesterday morning. There's some 20 to 25, in some cases even 30 degrees warmer than yesterday morning at this time here out over the part of the country where they got quite a bit of snowfall, at least from Minnesota all the way across to Michigan. So yes, it was a bitter cold shot of Arctic air all the way down into the deep south in the middle part of the country, but they will rapidly rebound this afternoon. Well, here's the current surface map, and that front now has moved off the east coast. There's still a wave along the front here in the southeastern part of the country that will skid by to the south and east of the Mid-Atlantic region, missing us off the Carolina coast later today and tonight. Meanwhile, a quick rebound in temperatures here over the middle part of the country as some warm air filters in from the south and west. Next big story out west will be another storm system that'll drop southward along the coast over the next 48 hours, pounding California with some rain and snow. The snow levels for this particular storm will drop during the storm later tomorrow night into Thursday to some of the lowest levels seen this year. And rain will move all the way from San Francisco down to LA and San Diego late in the day tomorrow into tomorrow night. The steadiest rain probably for the LA region will be tomorrow night, Wednesday night, and the showers will linger on the day Thursday, maybe even a few thunderstorms during the day Thursday as it turns colder and colder in the upper part of the atmosphere. That storm finally pulls out of the west on Friday. Here's the current infrared satellite loop from the SSCC Wisconsin website. A band of clouds associated with the frontal system, and there is a wave here developing over the northeastern Gulf of Mexico. That'll affect the southeastern part of the country, then head out to sea just to our south and east here in the Mid-Atlantic region. There are some low clouds remaining behind. They ought to break away for some sunshine here in the Mid-Atlantic for this afternoon with seasonal temperatures. Lots of clear conditions here in the middle part of the country and a quick rebound in temperatures. And here's another storm system dropping southward along the Canadian west coast right now, and it'll drop all the way south over the next 24 hours, reaching California later tomorrow with the steadiest and heaviest rainfall set for Los Angeles metro region during the nighttime hour tomorrow night. Now here's the current upper level chart. This is a 500 millibar chart, about 18,000 feet up in the upper part of the atmosphere. A couple things I want to point at. That cold front that swept all the way from the middle part of the country to right now off the east coast lost some of its punch. Certainly the cold air penetrated all the way down into New Mexico and Texas yesterday morning, where there were temperatures down below zero all the way down to New Mexico. Why is it not that cold here in the east? Well, look at the upper air winds. The upper air winds are out of the southwest, so that kind of prevented the coldest of that air mass from reaching the east coast. Yes, the cold front came through, and yes, we are colder than yesterday, but it's only down to a seasonal chill as that bitter cold air was not able to pass through these upper level southwesterly winds. So that's why we're only moderately chilly here as compared to the very chilly conditions that they had for about 24 hours in the center part of the nation. Here's another strong trough here in the upper part of the atmosphere. This is associated with that surface storm that will slide down the Canadian west coast and then down the U.S. west coast, affecting California tomorrow into Thursday. Well, let's take a look at a couple of computer forecast maps. This is from last night's 0Z NAM model run for this evening. Lots of dry conditions here in the eastern part of the country with high pressure really in control throughout the much of the east. There is that wave here over the southeastern, but that'll miss the mid-Atlantic region. This high will settle in overnight tonight. It'll be a chilly night tonight with temperatures dropping down to the upper 20s in many mid-Atlantic locations following highs within a few degrees of 50 this afternoon. Meanwhile, lots of rain here moving into the Pacific Northwest by this evening, and that'll drop all the way down the coast over the next 24 hours. In fact, let's jump ahead 24 hours to tomorrow night. Here's that pretty strong looking wave here in the southeastern part of the country, but again, it's headed out to sea along that frontal zone boundary. We'll have kind of be protected here in the mid-Atlantic region by this high pressure, and it looks relatively dry and chilly for the rest of the week. Meanwhile, that rain drops southward over the next 24 hours, reaching California, Southern California by later in the day tomorrow, and the steadiest rainfall there will be tomorrow night across the LA metro region. And again, snow levels will be quite low for this particular storm over the next 24 to 48 hours in California. Well, that's it for now. For the SIweather.com, I'm the SI meteorologist, Paul Dorian.